In breaking news, Josh's penis has made its way to the black market, chopped off by his ex-girlfriend and delivered directly to an Asian distributor.
They sent it to Asia because it fits in over there.
Sent it over to Asia. It's being idolized. They call it, whoa, big penis.
Yeah, it's currently being auctioned off. Some Chinese billionaire is going to eat it.
Yeah. They have Wulong Tea, and now they have Wulong Josh.
Yeah.
Mr. Gorbachev.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Mr. Gorbachev.
Turn up this podcast.
I'm in this for the money and the pussy, and they're both falling off the trees.
Josh Long tea. They boil my dick in water.
Dude, I went to...
We gotta do the thing. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 122 of the Reasonable Doubt podcast.
You
Let's
got
run
a
that
good
again.
beard going on today.
Thank you. Let's start that again. Just one more time. I stumbled. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 122 of the Reasonable Doubt podcast. As always, we are your hosts, Eric Seagriff.
And J Money.
How are you? Thank you
good.
for complimenting
Yeah, you
the
got
beard.
a cool beard going on. It's
Thank
like
you.
a little scruffier than normal.
I've let it grow a little bit.
Let it go. Give it another day. Like two days.
I was going to shave the second you left.
Really? Don't do it. Don't do it. Give it like 2 days. See what
2
happens.
more days, see what happens?
Yeah.
This is the first time in my life that my facial hair all connects.
It looks good. That's what I'm saying. You could just have a beard now.
I can't be a beard guy.
You can. It's surprising. It totally
It's
works
surprising.
For you.
I didn't think it would work for you, but it is.
But it is working. Yeah. Looks cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
I got that like Eminem beard right now.
No. That's horrendous. He's far too pale for a beard. It's too much contrast on his face.
Yeah, I've got a natural olive undertone to my skin. So
Yeah.
My Mediterranean roots probably. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what it is, I think, because you're
I think
descended from Nigerian warriors.
No, Roman legionnaires.
Legionnaire's disease?
Yeah, they named the disease after my ancestors because all they did was shit themselves to death.
Yeah, that makes sense. Seeing as how we're kind of the news, I was worried about our future.
Okay, because we're kind of the news. We're journalists.
We're journalists.
Yeah.
Did you see the thing about the AI news channel that's coming out?
Oh no.
No? Canadian fucking bastard. Fuck you, guy. Oh my god, here am I. There's this Canadian guy, I don't know, part of me understands that he's like, look, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
We should do it and regulate it and ensure that quality is good.
Right.
But also, fucking just stop doing AI things. Like, it really needs to stop. It's
the can of worms has been opened.
We do not realize.
How fucked this is gonna be.
Yeah, like, I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
I actually think that people don't realize how fucked up things are about to get really fast.
Yep. Because if you think about how much AI has progressed in the last 8 months.
Yeah.
Right? Where you're used to be just Chat GPT and you had to make an account and log in.
Yeah.
And now every single service you use has AI bundled in it for free all the time. Which means it's up to the amount that it can learn from.
Yeah.
Because it's just everywhere. Instagram's got an AI right now. Google search has AI right now. Siri.
My Siri's gotten far more personable with me and knows
Well,
me.
you sweet talk your Siri. That's different.
do. I say thank you when she does stuff. Yeah.
Thanks, gorgeous.
Yeah.
Thanks, babe.
And she's like, "You're welcome, sir."
Sir.
Yeah,
Sir.
she loves me. Yeah, I love
What
my
does Siri look like to you in your
I don't
mind?
know.
If you picture the woman that your Siri is, what does she look like?
She's a cute little brunette.
Cute little brunette?
Yeah.
I always pictured
long face, dark features, kind of like like Carmen Electra, but less scary.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like a little softer.
Yeah. I always pictured like a cold, tall, thin, black hair.
That's
With
your
the,
Siri?
that's
no,
what
that's Cortana.
Yeah, that's actually Cortana. That's probably why I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's Cortana.
Yeah. Which is the Windows one.
Yeah, that's what she looks like. Because remember Halo?
Yeah, from Halo.
That's
yeah,
what I think of right away.
Yeah.
It is the same voice?
I believe so.
Oh yeah, and it's also called Cort. She's actually named.
Her name
Cortana.
is Cortana in Halo.
That's got to be what it's from.
And that's because Microsoft owns Halo.
Oh yeah, the Xbox.
Because it's Xbox. Yeah, it's all connected. It's all coming together.
Damn, it's one universe.
It is one universe.
Wow.
But have you seen the Google search AI? They're like, oh well, it's new, right? So like we're just testing it out. But you can do your normal Google search, and it'll be like, also search with AI and see what it says. And it's been so wrong. It's
What do you mean?
People will be like, can you drink on like what are they called? Antibiotics. You're not supposed to, right?
Yeah.
And the Google AI will be like, yes, drinking on antibiotics is really fun. Wee! And then it'll be like, here's a bunch of other fun activities you can do while you're drinking on antibiotics. It's like operate heavy machinery because it like can't figure out what jokes are.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, because think of all the like that one girl who her fucking reel went viral, and her being like, so people wanted me to list things I do with my friends aside from drinking, drugs.
Yeah, shit like that. It'd be like operate heavy machinery, buy drugs.
Yeah.
Right? But I feel like there's gonna be old people that are just like, my husband's having a heart attack. Like, what do I do? And the Google AI is going to be like, jump on his chest.
Yeah, teabag this motherfucker.
Throw ground pepper up his nose. Right? But yeah, you think like AI has come leaps and bounds in 8 months, and it's like an exponential growth in how smart they're getting, right?
I know.
Because remember, there were years where we were just talking about AI.
Yeah,
And
and
like-
talking about how you know what? How many guys that the front of those fields were like, this shit's dangerous, we need to stop now.
And everyone was like, yeah, well, like maybe, but that's years away.
Yeah,
before
and
it's
it's
a
like-
thing. And we talked about it for like 3 years, where like nobody was using AI for anything. We were like, it's coming. Well, I mean, probably like high up in certain companies, like the military and
Yeah.
shit, was using AI in its infancy and whatever.
Yeah.
And we were like, well, okay, yeah. And then it was like, bam, it's here. 6 months later, every college student is using this to like pass their finals.
Dude, there
Everyone-
are people graduating PhDs being like, I did my entire dissertation with AI.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those things where you're not going to be able to ban AI from schools anymore. And
Yeah.
you're just going to have to regulate it.
You're going to have to regulate. The other thing, like, I'm going to say this right now. In a completely selfish way, I kind of want to do post-secondary education now.
Now that AI can help.
Now that AI can help me out, because there's going to come a point where you can't use it. Like, it's going to be
There's
ultra regulated.
A 4-year slot.
There's like, yeah, I think there's like 3 or 4 more years where you can fucking like fully pass and get a doctorate with an AI and know pretty much nothing.
And like
You
right
know?
before they shut this shit down.
Yeah.
Or doctorates just become useless.
Yeah,
Because-
but if you don't have one, you're fucked. They don't mean anything, but if you don't have one, you're an idiot.
Yeah, it's like a high school education.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't do anything to help you, but it's the bare minimum.
Yeah, if you don't have a high school diploma, you're kind of fucked.
Yeah.
But like having one isn't like a congrats.
Yeah. That's what I'm afraid a university education's going to get to.
I'd like call it like a bachelor's degree is kind of hitting that.
That's bachelor's degrees are at that point where it's like, oh yeah, whatever. Like, what does it do?
Yeah.
People care way more about experience than they do about.
Well, I feel like it's going to be like this sine wave, right?
Yeah.
Like it's going to be like when those degrees came out, right? Because not everyone went to college. For a time, like a vast minority went to college, right?
Yeah.
So those degrees like meant a lot if you had one. If you had like a university degree, you were like wicked smart,
Yeah.
right? And then now like it's kind of become the bare minimum. People are looking for other stuff, so they're looking for practical skills and shit.
Hey, well, and I feel like college diplomas have become worth a lot more.
Yeah.
Because people are like, well, you went to university for it. It's like, congrats, you got something like, you got a BA.
Yeah.
Whereas people come out of like a college
And it's just
and
focused.
they're like, okay, well, you know this thing well. I'll pay you like half decent for this specific task.
Yeah, college is very focused. Like you're meaning to get this job in
Yeah.
this field. Where university, like if you get like a BA or whatever, it's
Doesn't
broad.
do
You
much.
can go to a bunch of industries with that,
Yeah.
right? It's basically just showing that you can follow instructions and meet deadlines and shit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And, like,
that
obviously, like-
ultimately is what it is.
Yeah, like it shows that you can function without being like having your hand held. You can do deadlines. You can write shit down. And
Yeah,
like
take
have it make
notes, be
sense.
studious,
Obviously,
learn
like
material.
they teach you stuff, but I feel like it's 4 years of like, this is how you're gonna be an adult,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And the first year of it, you just become an animal.
Yeah, I know. And then they also like move a bunch of 18 to 19-year-olds out of their parents' houses with a bunch of 18 to 19-year-olds.
And they're like, see what happens.
It's like, see what happens. I'm sure they won't get drunk and fuck all the time.
Yeah. Sure, we won't have a bunch of unplanned pregnancies from this.
But yeah, I feel like colleges make all their money though. Colleges and universities on first year.
Yeah, well,
like,
a
half
lot
the
of people
programs
go.
drop out.
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of people go to first and second year and then are done. Mm-hmm. And it's like, yeah, especially like how many people follow through and do their masters.
Yeah, and the professors that it would take to teach like a doctorate, a master's, or the like last years of a bachelor degree are probably more expensive,
Yeah,
right? So
Yeah.
you like load up the cheap first couple years, get a bunch of people to pay a fuck ton of money, expect them all to drop out, but you have to have this like back end of the package, right?
yeah, yeah. I think a lot of people go through that. There's not that many people walking out with doctorates.
I remember like my 3-year college program, like the class size from the start to the end was like less than half.
Yeah, it was the same thing with business. I
Yeah.
think we literally lost half the class after the first
year.
semester, I think.
Yeah, people are like, oh fuck, this sucks actually.
Yeah, yeah. This is actually a lot of constant work. It's like, yeah, that's life.
I want to take a quick second to say Happy Pride Month to the theys and the gays.
Oh, yeah, it is. It is.
Happy
the
Pride.
days and the gays.
I hope you're having a fun time.
It is Pride Month, June.
It is, yeah,
You-
June.
Yeah, you guys got the best month there. So like, I don't want to hear bitching.
I was actually having this conversation last night. We were talking about Groundhog Day,
Yeah,
right? Because our friend wants to make Groundhog Day like a Canadian drinking holiday.
yes, yeah, we've talked.
And
about
we were
that.
talking about it, and we're like, well, February is great because you've got like New Year's a month ahead of time, and then you got Paddy's Day like the next month, and there's nothing really going on in February.
except for Black
And it
History
took
Month.
me like 10 minutes to
Yeah.
remember Black History Month, so I apologize
Yeah.
to any of our Black listeners.
It is the worst. They really got fucked with that one. It's the shortest, shittiest month. Yeah.
The weather's awful.
The weather's awful. The only thing you have to do in it, and everyone just gets kind of pissy about, is Valentine's.
Yeah, you take a break from Black History Month on the 14th.
Yeah,
right
like,
in
it's
the middle of the
brutal,
month, halfway
brutal.
point. It's the intermission.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all sitting there. We're talking like, yeah, February doesn't have shit going on in it.
Yeah.
Like just talking the whole time. There's no holidays, nothing except for Valentine's Day. Whatever, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
And then like we all came to the realization at the same moment. We're like, oh, that's Black History Month.
Oh, it's good though. It's good.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody knows the situation. Yeah. Speaking of Black History Month,
What?
did you see the thing about Nelson Mandela?
No, what about him?
You know his party in South Africa? Mm-hmm. They are about to lose majority for the first time since the apartheid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
They're going to lose this election.
Oh, no. Apartheid's coming back, baby.
The whites are coming
The
back.
whites are mad!
Yeah, that's a fucking... I wouldn't want to be over there.
I wouldn't want to be in South Africa for the last, I think, ever. I don't
Yeah.
think I'd ever want to be there.
would-
It's never been fun.
I would visit...
Yeah, I would visit, like, the safest part of Cape Town.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
I am
like
not going to
Johannesburg's
Johannesburg.
fucking, yeah. Like, sketchy.
It is sketchy. And those guys are all fucked.
Yeah.
All fucked.
And it's just, like, still extraordinary civil turmoil.
Yeah, but it bubbles under the surface.
Yeah, like, it hasn't been addressed.
Like, every single time a white dude looks at a black dude in South Africa, it's like, man, we almost had you. We almost had this going for a
Yeah.
lot longer.
Yeah, it was almost a fucking long war.
Yeah, I know. It was crazy how, like, recent apartheid was,
It's
too.
very recent. It's crazy, too, that, like, Nelson Mandela... I've said this before on the pod. Nelson Mandela technically is the first recognized terrorist to ever be invited into the UN.
Yeah, yeah.
which is crazy. Like, there was a point in his life where he was heavily involved in, like, rebel terrorist groups.
Yeah, well, one terrorist is another man's, freedom
Yeah, fair
fighter,
enough,
right?
yeah.
So,
Yeah,
but
he just landed on the right side.
yeah, he just won.
Yeah, he won.
If he would have lost, he would have been
Yeah.
like, I don't
You know what's funny, though?
What?
They don't look at Afghanistan like that.
What do you mean?
They've never fucking lost. And those groups are still viewed as like terrorist groups. But they're the winners. Very much so.
Yeah, but I think Western nations try to cope with the loss, where they're
By
like,
being
well, we
like,
didn't
those are a
lose.
bunch of terrorizers.
No, it's well, we didn't lose. We left of our own volition.
Yeah, we left because it was a lost cause.
That's like when the States tries to say they didn't lose Vietnam, they pulled out.
Yeah, tactical
We
retreat.
practically retreated all the way back to America and never went back.
Yeah.
We didn't lose, though.
What was the motivation with the Viet Cong?
What was the Viet Cong's motivation?
No, what was the motivation to deal with the Viet Cong?
The spread of communism in Asia.
That's it.
That was it.
So,
It's the same
so
thing
they
with Korea.
literally just fight communism because it's sprouting up.
Yeah, because in countries like Vietnam, where everyone is poor, and Vietnam was like colonized by the French for like a long time and just saw all their like wealth extracted by the French. Communist ideas are really grab hold
They're
in
super
country like that
applicable.
because they're like,
Yeah.
actually, we could own our country, and everyone's like, whoa. But it's against American financial interests if a bunch of companies or a bunch of countries go communist and then ally with the Soviet Union in the time, right?
And China now.
And
yeah.
China now, right?
Yeah.
So it's against their interests. That's why they've embargoed Cuba, right?
Yeah.
It's all that. So it was to like what they were doing was trying to contain communism and show to countries like, if you flip an ally with these people, we're gonna start killing everybody. And then the line to Americans was, we need to like spread freedom to these countries.
Like, we're going to show them freedom.
Yeah. The people there are being oppressed by their government, so we need to go liberate them. That was like their line.
Well, they seem pretty happy now.
Yeah, I mean, I hear Vietnam's like doing all right.
Yeah. Anyone I know that goes there is like, yeah, they like it there.
I love it in Vietnam.
Yeah. My buddy Martin just got back from Vietnam.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Well, I said his name. Whatever.
It's okay.
Yeah. He's a photographer. I'm sure he'll like that.
Okay,
His name
yeah.
Right there.
Martin from Vietnam.
He's not from Vietnam.
Well, he kind of is. He just came back from there.
No, he's Korean.
Oh. Yeah, I guess I should.
He'll be happy.
No one hates Asian people more than other Asian people.
He'll be happy. That's the first time I've ever not told him that he's Chinese.
What are you, a Jap? Koreans love that.
But yeah, he came back and he said it was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
He liked it, and he has all these all this footage of the incense fields.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Where they have incense. They're sorting incense and processing incense.
I have no idea where incense comes from. I don't know how the supply chain happens.
I
All I
don't
know is
know-
that there's a stick that I burn.
I don't know either, but I do know from watching them that they go and they're like, and they gather up this square of it. Here, I'll show you, of incense, and it's crazy colorful.
I feel like a Buddhist the second I light incense. You know what I mean?
That's the line, eh?
I light it with my Bic lighter,
Yeah.
you know? And then it's got this little wisp of smoke and it smells kind of nice. And in my head, I'm hearing gongs. It's whoosh. I'm yeah. Do it with the accent.
Kung
Do it
Fu
with the accent.
Cow Incense Village.
Okay.
Here. Look at this, though.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's like incense. They just make little bundles
Incense
of
is
incense
just like
everywhere.
a plant?
No, I don't think it's a plant. They make it.
Okay.
And then it gets set. I think it gets set out to cure and dry.
And then it turns to this dust that we stick to things.
No, it's on those sticks. They mold it to it, and then I think they cure it and dry it out in the sun.
Oh, okay.
And then you can burn it after.
Hell yeah.
I that's my understanding. I'm not really sure. I've realized I need to do more after research on these things to know what's going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of times where we bring something up, we're like halfway there. Well, yeah, but I'm not quite sure. I'll look into that. And then never do.
Yeah,
And then
we need to have a board of like fucking look this up.
we need to have like a crazy person board with like red string, like people's faces.
Incense was same colors kind of as McDonald's, which came up with how tasty the quarter pounder with cheese smells when you're walking by, and that's why the earth is flat. Fucking
Yeah, the McDonald's colors that are very like, it's mayo, ketchup, and mustard. You ever think about that? The McDonald's colors.
yellow and red
Yeah.
are proven by psychologists to make people hungry.
Really?
Yeah, that's like a whole study of psychology.
I can see that.
Psychology and marketing.
That's why like every fast food place has those colors.
Well, they like using them, but yeah, there's different tones in them that do have different...
I know blue
Yeah.
is common.
I don't like the new Burger King. Yeah, blue's a trustworthy color.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
calming and it's good if you're studying.
Yeah.
To be surrounded by blue. I don't know why.
I don't like Burger King's new logo.
It was Burger King's new logo.
They changed it.
I gotta see
It
this.
just says Burger King. It's not the same.
It's not in the burger?
No, I don't think it's in the burger anymore. You know what I'm talking about? Like the sandwich?
Are you talking about like this versus this?
No. There's a new one.
Okay.
It's at the corner of our fucking place of Oxford and Highbury.
Okay. Fucking Burger King kind of sucks anyways.
What?
Except for the Whopper. Burger King kind of blows.
Yeah, see, so they went to this with the sandwich,
Yep.
where it's just the sandwich. You can't really see it there. But the thing is, on the sign, there's nothing else on the sign. It's just a white sign.
Oh, they don't have the buns.
Like, you can see them, but they're not dark enough that it's like super contrasted and there's no blue.
Yeah.
So now it just looks like a shitty burger logo.
That sucks.
Doesn't feel like the King. It feels like just a burger, you know?
That doesn't feel like the King.
I want to go and know that it's fucking
I want
the King
royalty.
of burgers. Yeah, I want the Whopper King.
Not a clown.
We talked about this. Burger King's married to Dairy Queen, right?
Yes. And then Ronald McDonald is with Wendy. But,
They're together.
yeah,
'Cause
but
they're
Wendy
redheads.
steps out with the Burger King. Like, Wendy is Burger King's girlfriend. But the Dairy Queen's his wife.
I see.
You know what I mean?
Wendy's just slutting it up for the Burger
For the king, right?
Yeah.
Because she wants a king, not a clown.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know?
Yeah.
I fucking get. And then just Grimace.
What about Jack in the Box?
Fuck him. Isn't that what they call Burger King in like Australia?
No.
Yeah, it's got a different name over there.
What?
Yeah.
No,
And
Jack
then-
in the Box is a whole brand in fucking the U.S.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Is that the same company as like Hardee's?
Oh, I think it is.
And Carl's Jr.?
Hungry Jack's.
Hungry Jags
Hungry Jack's.
is what they call Burger King in
Why do
Australia.
they have to have different names over there? What's the why?
I don't know. I feel like Australians don't trust royalty, maybe. Because they're all criminals that got shipped over there by the king. So maybe they don't like the idea of kings.
Yeah, because what's McDonald's over there?
I think it's just McDonald's. They call it Macca's.
Macca's, yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. The Australians are a strange people. Don't
And you
try to
don't even
understand
believe
them.
they exist?
I don't really. I've yet to see concrete evidence
Of Australia.
of Australians, much less Australia. They're all just from New Zealand. I believe in New Zealand. That place rocks. I don't trust them.
And I'm the crazy one.
Yeah, they're all nuts. Have you seen videos of just Australian people existing? They're crazy.
You know what I was
All the
actually
time.
you know what I was actually looking at recently about them?
What's that?
The Australian mines. You know about the mines in West Australia?
No.
There's like a bunch of mining out there,
Okay, makes sense.
and they will pay through the fucking nose for people to come mine.
Yeah, but do you realize how much the average life sucks in Australia?
In a mine, as a miner?
As a miner,
Yeah.
it's probably awful. The cost
Well,
of
yeah, I
living
know, but
crisis
you
is
only-
like Canada, but 50% more.
But you only have to do like certain amounts at a time. Like you're only going, like you're on a camp, like mining camps here, right?
Yeah.
You're only gone for like a certain period of time,
You're like 3 weeks and 1 week
and
off.
then you come back, kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Sounds
it's
awesome.
that, I could be a miner in Australia for a bit.
No, I think you'd hate it.
Really?
Yeah, I think you'd hate mining.
Why?
Because you need sunshine and you need frolicking room. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the
like not to
mines-
like call you retarded.
The
but,
children
like,
yearn for the mines.
the children do because they're tiny and their hands are good at getting the bits out. But you need like pasture, if that makes sense.
A pasture.
Not a pasture,
Like
but
cattle.
you need like running room. You need like places to go and people to see and sunshine and laughter. And I feel like living in a mining camp has none of those things.
Really? I think
Yeah.
it'd be a jolly place.
You need like grass around.
Hold up, I'm looking it up right now. Australian mining camps.
Don't trust the promo.
You know what? They
pictures
don't
send you.
really look that happy. There's a lot of dirt and buildings.
And it's fucking hot in Australia, dude.
It is hot, is the one thing.
It's hot as fuck.
Can you
out there.
imagine, though, making a bunch of money?
No, I've never
I
done it.
can't, yeah.
I've never made a bunch of money.
Yeah,
I make my money small handfuls at a time.
yeah, little crubs. One crumb at
Just
a time.
like thrown at me.
I've been stoked about it, though. I've been doing a lot of investing lately.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good.
Into, like,
Print
normal
media,
Yeah. Print media.
coal.
I try to pick any crypto coin that looks like it's on its way down.
Yeah, because people are selling, so you buy cheap.
So I'm buying cheap, right?
Yeah,
Because
and
it'll
sell
come back
high.
up. That,
Yeah.
Like Dogecoin and those.
Well, they all stable out because they're all tied to real value, right?
yeah,
So,
that's
they'll all
exactly.
stabilize
They'll
it.
eventually stabilize. Yeah.
yeah, it makes sense.
It's a legitimate market.
The Telegraph network. I've been investing in that.
Big on that. Yeah, getting into coal.
Yep, coal's a
Got
big
some
one.
money into coal.
Whaling as an industry.
Yeah,
I'm
out
really
of
into.
Norway. There's a couple of good companies out there. They bring in like 4 whales a year.
Yeah, I just invested in this company that makes horse-drawn carriages.
Nice.
Yeah, we're gonna
Nice.
see a big up in those. It's gonna be a
I think
status
it's
symbol.
coming back. You know what? The Mennonite community, actually.
Yeah,
I was thinking about Mennonites the other day.
yeah.
Those are some
bastards.
fucking hard. What? Wait, what?
Well, no, it's been the official stance that we hate the Mennonites.
No, it's the Amish,
Oh, okay.
not the
Well,
Mennonites. Yeah,
okay.
they're different. They're different. The Amish, those guys get up some fucked up shit, and I don't
They do.
approve of it.
They're
No,
like-
Mennonites are the hardworking Dutch ones.
Yeah, that's
Those
true.
are just hardworking Dutch boys, and they still like to drink and party and hang out.
You ever see the like Mexican Mennonites up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cool as hell.
Yeah. Man, that's what I'm saying. Mennonites are good folk.
I went
Hardworking
to a
motherfuckers.
Mennonite little store a couple weeks ago
Where at? Oh, up by the wife's
up by
place?
Bayfield,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
and I got like canned peaches,
Yeah.
and like canned hot pickles and like some butter tarts and shit. They're good at the butter tarts. I don't know what it is about Mennonites, but anytime you see a Mennonite making a butter tart, it's gonna be mind blowing.
Fucking amazing.
It was weird to look into the eyes of someone because it was like a 18, 19-year-old woman doing the like checkout.
Yeah.
To look into the eyes of someone who's never looked at an iPhone. You know what I mean?
Like you can see that it's just a little brighter.
Well, not brighter, but different. Like, I can look at someone's face and tell if they've like scrolled on Reels for a while.
For too long.
Yeah. Like, I looked in those eyes and it felt like I was time traveling. Like I was
Yeah.
looking at someone from 1850. The setting didn't help, right? Being surrounded with the little paper hat and shit.
Yeah.
But it's like, she's looking at me and she goes, "Here you go. Have
And
a
they
nice
make a
day."
lot of eye
And
contact.
they make a lot of eye contact. But so do I.
Yeah.
I make a point of it. When someone's giving me eye contact, I'm like, fuck it. Yeah, we're doing this.
Yeah.
I'll stare you in the eyes. Especially strangers. I'm not looking down and I'll stare right in
I
your eyes.
mumble off and I'm like, yeah, that's fucking weird.
And I'm looking right in your eyes and I go, "You have a great day. God bless you." And she's looking at me and she's like not breaking. And she's like, "And God bless you."
Yeah,
Oh,
they're like,
we were like, there was like lightning between our pupils there for a second.
dude, I wonder if...
And the fact that I'm still remembering this is like, she brought me back from the scroll.
Yeah.
You know what I
She
mean?
was like, there is life.
There's life here.
Jesus will help you.
Yeah, like the most entertainment they have is like hitting a rock with a stick.
Or punching their beagle.
Yeah, abusing their animals. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta beat your beagle.
Is that a masturbation joke?
No, like,
Okay.
I think hillbillies just punch their beagles a lot.
Yeah, hillbillies like beating dogs.
Yeah,
Well, like,
specifically beagles, though, I think.
Why beagles? Why would they have beagles?
Because they are the most annoying bay. So they always get punched. It's beagle punching. You know? You get out in the sticks, that's beagle punching territory.
There's two things I know about the
Yeah.
sticks: is ukuleles and beagle punching.
And beagle punching. Yeah, they punch their beagles.
Banjos, not ukuleles.
Yeah.
Banjos.
And beagles are incredibly resilient, right? So they're the only ones still
They're the
around
only
getting
ones that-
punched.
Yeah, they punch all the dogs equally. The beagles are the only ones that can last a few rounds.
Yeah. Yeah, just fucking beagle punching kind of people out there.
I've never heard of beagle punching.
No?
No, I'm gonna make that a masturbation euphemism now.
Punching.
It's
the
like, sorry
beagle?
guys, I gotta punch the old beagle.
I don't think you can do that, man.
What do you mean? Tell people I'm gonna go jerk off, or like insinuate that?
Insinuate it's punching a beagle.
Do you think anyone's gonna pick up on it or be like, oh, you're gonna go hit a dog?
Yeah.
Don't.
Hit the dog. Yeah, be like, yeah, I'm gonna go hit
I'm gonna go
a
pound
dog.
the pooch.
I'm gonna go pound the pooch. They could be like,
Don't.
what way? Why?
Gonna crush the canine.
In separate news,
Yeah.
there's an uptick in Aurora Borealis in more southern areas. Do you know about this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We had another one.
We had another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it keeps happening. So I looked into this.
It's Jesus'
We
return.
are in what's called Sun Cycle 25, and it's a lot more activity. Basically, deeper charged particles are able to be seen further from the poles. So I didn't understand this. The reason I see it so much at the
You just said something incredibly scientific, so I didn't get that. So I looked at it.
No, I didn't understand like the function of it being seen at the north. Basically, like if you take one of those old school magnets from when you were a kid,
Yep.
like the magnetic poles, north and south, have less magnetic resistance than around the center, where there's obviously a lot more magnetic field being generated.
Yes.
Right? So, charged particles from the sun, from solar storms, because there's a solar wind that just blows over the earth all the time,
Yeah, but the magnetic field,
displaces it.
because if we didn't
But-
have the magnetic field, then life wouldn't be possible.
Yes. So then it's less visible in northern and southern hemisphere, closer to the poles. There's less magnetic field, so then you can see more of that solar wind. We're in Sun Cycle 25, where we've had a lot more solar activity, and so it's pushing harder through the fucking magnetic field. So we have it down here.
Nice.
I bet you will see an uptick in cancer.
Yeah, because we're just getting blasted.
We're
by the
getting
sun.
blasted by like fucking sunstorms.
Yeah, but then we
Solar
get to
storms.
see the northern lights, which is fun.
Yeah, but I bet you we will have an uptick in cancer.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna have an uptick in cancer anyways.
Yeah, fair
Like
enough.
as life goes on, right?
But
it
I
might be
just
hard
mean,
to
like-
quantify. Like,
Yeah. Like how much? I don't know. I've been looking into this, like some of the medical research. Like, did you see the thing? They did a study. Took a bunch of people from all over the world, and we're doing studies on like plastic.
there's microplastics in our balls.
There's
Is that what you're talking about?
microplastics in every man's balls on Earth.
Yeah, that's it.
They had 100%.
Yeah, there's no chance you don't.
There's nobody
have
who
microplastics
doesn't
in
have
you.
it.
Yeah,
there's
everyone
kids
are
has
being
it.
born with microplastics.
Yeah,
because
that's
they've been passed
fucked.
on through the mom.
Yeah, because we have so many goddamn plastics. Like,
and they're forever.
yeah, they just don't leave, and they can destroy your fertility.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Not my balls actually.
You don't have any in your balls?
No.
Dude, what if I have them in my balls, though?
You do, but I don't.
How
Because my
do you know?
sperm are so strong and they're so hardworking.
That's why
That
they
they're
always
like-
swim
they're
their
fine.
way up to your face.
Yeah, they do that. I'm not doing that. They want to do that, and they just do it. And I'll wake up like, oh, guys.
Oh, come on.
No, they're so hardworking. They're swimming around in there hitting the weights, right? Ready for the big day. Mm-hmm. And they see the microplastics, and they're like Sisyphus, and they like push them out of my penis. I'll wake up with microplastics leaking.
I think you should see a doctor.
Probably. For many things.
Something tells me it's not microplastics.
Can I ask you something a little personal?
Sure.
You don't have to answer. Have you ever had a hemorrhoid?
A hemorrhoid?
Yeah.
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 Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, twice.
Twice?
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, so I keep hearing about hemorrhoids for
Have
some
you had one yet?
I've not had one.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I don't currently have one.
Yeah, good, don't.
But how do I avoid getting one? Because they sound awful. Do they just go away if you get one?
Yeah, they do just go away. One time I didn't know I had one, and I went and I was doing like powerlifting a lot at the time, and I fucked it up, and it was horribly painful, and I had to go to the doctor.
No.
I fucked it up. If it happens again, I'll get surgery on it.
Oh, the same one?
Yeah, because you weaken the wall of the blood vessel, so it just expands out in like a balloon.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's horrible. And sometimes they're internal and they cause internal bleeding.
Oh.
Yeah, they're brutal. Some guys get bad. Do you not know about this?
No, I've just heard about how awful these are, and I want to avoid getting one as long as I can.
I have a buddy, I'm not going to say who got one, and he had one that I'm not shitting you. You could see through his like sport shorts. It was like the size of a grapefruit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah.
How is that not just a hernia?
It's just a hemorrhoid. He had to get it surgically removed, and they like laser it to like permanently close that vessel.
Ah.
Yeah, it was literally like the size of a golf ball. It was fucked up, man.
How do you sit?
On a donut or not at all.
Oh.
Yeah, fucked up, eh? I know.
Oh my god.
I told him, I'm like, if that was that size, I'd be trying to shove it back in there.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get it, close up.
I'd be wearing like really,
Yeah, and
really
the wrist
tight
when they're
underwear.
that big, like, as if that bursts, like, he can just start draining blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, honestly, like, the best things I think you can do is don't sit on really cold stuff.
Is it cold stuff that does it?
Yeah, and, like, sitting on the toilet too long.
Fuck, I love doing that.
I know, me too.
I love sitting on the turlet.
Yeah, just hanging out.
Yeah,
It's a
pooping.
moment of peace.
Scrolling on my phone.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the other things are.
I'm just
I'll
adding
tell
it to
you-
my list of
I'll
fears.
tell you, it's a bad time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever had a hernia or a
Oh,
hemorrhoid?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm not joking. I remember I think it happened, and then I fucking had like real bad shits, and it felt very uncomfortable, and then I went and lifted, because I was lifting like 5-6 days a week at the time,
Yeah.
and I went and lifted, and I really like could feel stuff, and I was really pushing, like when my gut was really tense, and I'm
Yeah.
doing like any compound lift, I was like, holy fuck, man. And I played basketball, and I landed, and when I landed, I could feel like, ugh. And I was
Ugh.
like, oh,
I gotta go.
yeah, I gotta leave, guys. And I fucking left, and yeah, I went home, and I was like, oh, what the fuck?
Oh fuck.
And I had to go to the doctor.
I was adding it to my list of fears.
What else is on your
Bears.
list? Yeah, bears aren't
Bears, hemorrhoids,
bad. Dogs.
dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Women.
Abdominal hernias
Botulism.
do scare me.
Yeah, hernias.
I've never had a hernia. Never had a hernia. But I
pray to
know a lot of people who have had hernias that, like, some of them are terribly unhealthy and some of them seem very healthy.
Yeah, they'll just happen.
They just happen.
Yeah, you'll just be like living one day.
Yeah, I honestly think a big part of it is like the only comment I'll make is I think a big part of it is people who keep a really solid core don't get hernias.
No.
Guys who are like on top of doing ab workouts don't seem to get hernias.
Yeah, but then there are dudes that are just kind of like flabby that never get a hernia either. Ever. It's from like improper form.
Yeah, well, you got to think a lot of times. One thing I have thought about on a related note, a lot of times there's like tubby dudes that you see, and it's like they always see, and you're like, well, this motherfucker's like never really had an injury. But what you don't realize is like they get a lot of rest.
Yeah.
They lift heavy for their job, and they lift with really good form, and they've just always been like that. So like they're tubby. But they also have an extraordinary amount of strength and muscle build. And
Yeah,
like
plus,
their
like,
core's solid.
When
all
you're
these
bigger,
things,
you're
like-
moving weight just by living.
Yeah,
Right?
so they're like
lifting
just
all the
solid
time.
all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fucked
There's
up.
like a middle ground where you're like a little chunky, where you're still probably pretty strong. Like big boy.
Yeah, but
Like,
you're,
no, like, you're
okay.
not like fat, but you're a big boy.
But you're a big fella, yeah.
Yeah, you're like, I wouldn't get in the way if you were running.
Did you look up the plane stuff?
Like the Boeing stuff? Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah, what is it?
I don't want to talk about it because then we're going to get fucking killed.
Why?
Because they've killed like 3 whistleblowers.
Fuck off. Are you serious?
You don't know about this? I
No,
thought
that's
what
why I
you were-
want you to look into it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I knew you'd find out what had happened more.
Yeah, it's like safety concerns with the aircraft. 'Cause
Yeah,
they were
so-
like crashing and shit. And then people that worked for Boeing were coming out and being like, yeah, we were routinely told to ignore certain safety things. Like Boeing is well aware of these safety concerns and they do nothing about it. And then now they all keep dying. Like a week after they talk to the press, they end up dead.
What?
They've killed like 3 or 4 whistleblowers now.
When did Boeing become a super evil corporation?
All the time. All the time.
Really?
Well, they're like a huge military contractor for the States. Right? They have like huge defense contracts that they would like to keep. Right? So if enough of this bad shit happens, maybe the US military goes like, hey, we don't want to work with you anymore. We're just going to work with Lockheed Martin, whatever, more. Right? But these guys keep winding up dead in like, oh, they got robbed. Robbery gone wrong. Got shot. Or like, oh, he had really aggressive cancer and just died. No one's seen him. Or like, oh, he fell out a window. Like, it's like Russian shit or like mob shit.
That's fucked, man.
And it's very obvious. It's like, oh, he killed himself with 2 bullets to the head. It's like that level of
Yeah.
shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember there was this one guy who was a whistleblower for something in the UK, and he ends up dead, and they ruled his death a suicide. But he was shot in the chest, and then zipped up in a duffel bag and thrown in the river, and they called it a suicide.
I do remember that. I do remember that. Yeah, because people were freaking out. Even the reporters doing it were like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, and they're like,
It's
I
like,
ruled his...
suicide. And put
He
himself
shot
in a
himself,
bag.
zipped it up, and rolled his way into the river.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, but we
I
can't
don't-
talk too much about the Boeing thing because we're going to end up fucking disappeared.
Well, I was going to say something relatively positive about it.
What do you mean?
So, Boeing has told the FAA that it is improving training and QA standards due to the rampant safety concerns.
Sure.
That's what it says.
Yeah, I mean, they've got to say something, right? They've
Yeah.
got to do something.
They've started coming out and like acknowledging safety concerns and saying that they're improving them.
Well, you can't just keep killing whistleblowers.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, eventually you're going to...
They were having Alaskan airline flights where panels were coming off as it was like as they were coming in.
Apparently, you would be surprised at how many failed checks a plane can have and still fly.
What?
Like, the plane that you're in is never 100% on the safety check, ever. Shit happens, right? But, like, apparently, like, you can be, quite a few things wrong on the plane and they'll still let it fly. As long as it's not something, like, major.
Really?
Yeah, wings are attached, brakes work, engines work. Probably good to go.
Yeah, like this
You ever see like planes where like one of the windows flies out and depressurizes?
Yeah.
And then they're just like flying. They're like, oh, we gotta land because there's like a 6-foot hole in the side of the plane.
Yeah.
That is insane.
That's what I mean. Stuff like that. It's funny you say that. The last, what's that Quebecois company?
Bombardier?
No. The airline.
Air Quebec. Air Tabarnak.
No. Transat.
Oh, okay. Transat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's British actually, but whatever. They're all Quebecois. Dude.
It's all
Yeah.
Quebecois, yeah.
So I took them down to Cuba
Air Grenouille.
last, and when I was flying, the door,
Yeah.
the like emergency door, I was like, man, that's loud. I can hear wind. And Bree's like, what? And I was like, that is a door that is not fully sealed. And she's like, no, it's not. We're flying. It stayed the whole time. And I was like, that door is not sealed.
And you were fine.
Yeah, but isn't that kind of fucky?
Yeah, probably.
That it's like, why is this door not sealed?
Mm-hmm.
And it's right here. Like, that thing's going to rip open. I'm going to get sucked out if I'm not
Not
wearing
if
my
you got your
seatbelt.
seatbelt on.
I just kept the seatbelt on the entire time. Bree got up, and I was like, she got up, and I literally was just like, you know what? I guess I might just have to start dating again. Because it was like, that door.
If this door sucks
she's
open,
going to come
I'm warm.
walking back from the bathroom. Door's going to fly over. She's going to gone. She's done. She's done.
Someone survived.
Me. I held my pee
When
and
I'm-
didn't take my seatbelt off.
When I'm on the plane, I'll get up and move around if I have to. But if I'm sitting, I'll have the seatbelt on anyways. You never know.
You never know what's going to happen.
Do you ever, like, when you were ever a kid, or, like, even now, you get, like, fantasies in your head, like, what if someone tried to hijack this plane? I would be the hero.
Yeah, do you think that?
Did you think that when you were, like, a kid, too?
I
Like,
did,
what if someone
yeah.
comes into school and I would be the hero? And I would, like, disarm this grown man as I'm, like,
That's
9.
what you think. Yeah. I realized probably when I left the military that I was like, if a plane gets hijacked while I'm on it, I'm going to do my best to use my cell phone very quietly and secretively to tell people to help me. You know what I'm not doing is getting up and getting shot.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
fuck.
your chances of dying on a hijacked flight are pretty high anyways.
Yeah, exactly. So you might as well actually try to get help.
Yeah, because they don't cave to hijackers' demands anymore. They'll shoot the plane out of the sky first.
Yeah.
After like 9/11, they were like, nah, just shoot the
No.
plane down. Those
Yeah.
people are probably dead anyways.
Yeah, they're going to die either in a terrorist accident or saving their
Or
country.
they're just going to start killing hostages
Yeah.
for fun. Well, not for fun.
Yeah, it's brutal.
But like, yeah, I would probably save the plane.
like, it depends.
If it was like one guy hijacking it.
If there's two guys, one in the cockpit, one in the plane, yeah, I'll take the guy in the plane.
Yeah.
Maybe some innocent bystanders get shot, but it's not a big deal. But if there's like 4 guys hijacking a plane
And they've got guns?
and they have all of them have guns, no.
No. You would think like the second you got up and started fighting,
Everyone would
that
swarm,
everyone else would
and
come
they
up.
don't.
And they probably wouldn't.
And they don't. Yeah, people just stand there and do nothing and don't help.
And just watch
Yeah.
me get killed.
That's why I don't get up. Yeah. Yeah, do you remember that lady on a fucked up note? You remember that lady on the fucking Chicago subway?
No.
Dude rapes her on a full train. Bends her over and rapes her on a full train.
And
Nobody did a fucking thing. They sat there and recorded on their phones and were like, oh my God! Oh my... And eventually, the train comes to a stop. The doors open. A homeless guy sees it happening from outside and comes in and beats the shit out of the dude. Like, really?
Yeah.
It was like...
This is
The
awful.
only person who...
But I've got a meeting. I
Yeah,
can't
the
talk
only
with
person who had the sense to be like, this person's being raped was a fucking homeless dude sitting down in the subway station. Like, it was fucked. Everyone on the plane did nothing. Zero.
That's awful.
Yeah, it's fucked up. And she said afterwards in an interview that she's lost faith in humanity.
Yeah, that would do it.
Yeah, that she was like, man, I literally was on a train full of people and no one helped me. Like, what the fuck?
Especially like a city like Chicago.
Bro,
They
what?
have like a huge like pride of being from Chicago.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
That's fucked up, man.
That's fucked up.
People suck.
I would have done something.
I would have done something. I would have been like, what the fuck? You're like, who wouldn't?
Not on my morning commute.
Yeah.
No, sir.
You'd be like, what the fuck is going on? You'd be looking around, no one doing anything. You'd be like, am I in the Twilight Zone right now? Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I've had that. I was like walking. I ordered some food from a place, and I walk in, and this one lady is fucking like screaming at the people behind the counter and like swinging hands at them and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, trying to hit them. And like I walk in as this is going on, and there's like 3 other people waiting for their food. They're just kind of like looking at the
Letting it
ceiling.
go. Yeah.
And she's like being incredibly racist to the people behind the counter. Because like everyone working there was Chinese, and this was like a black lady.
Yeah.
And she's dropping some slurs.
Yeah.
And she's like trying to get up off the counter, like get up on the counter. And I was like, none of you guys are okay. And like I said something.
Like, ma'am.
Right? And I was like, you gotta stop. Like real classy, but you gotta fucking stop
Yeah.
right now. And she's like, they're not giving me my fucking food. And I was like, don't hit people. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you're over the
Like,
line.
go
You
outside.
to jail.
I was like, go outside, or like people are calling the cops. Like, get the fuck out of here. And she goes outside, and all the other 3 people were like, yeah, man, good for you. Like, what the fuck were you guys doing? Yeah. Also, as I'm saying this, no fucking backup, boys.
Dude, there's none. It
Like,
doesn't
you
exist.
guys waited until she, like, the door had shut behind her.
To say a
so
word.
that, like, she didn't hear you guys say anything. You guys were like, yeah, good job, man. Fucking,
Dude,
what were you guys doing before I showed up?
It is at a point now where, like, I think that people... Man, I don't even care. I'm going to sound like a boomer. I kind of think people have just gone fucking soft. Like, people are so soft and such fucking giant sets of testicles. Just like, they're just sensitive little testicles hanging out in the wind.
Yeah.
And they just won't do anything.
I think the like risk of ramifications now is higher than ever. Because the second anything pops off in public right now, there's cameras.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. We're like in the 70s, you could get into like an altercation with someone, both people walk away after, and no one could ever know.
Yeah.
But now, like, if that got physical in that fucking store, right? If like she came at me, then there's a million cameras on me. And it also looks
And
like I'm
you-
attacking a woman.
Like you're punching a black lady in the face.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
right? So I see where a lot of that comes from. Also, like...
You also just have to stand up for what's right, though.
Yeah,
like
totally,
on
and which is
principle.
why I
On
did.
principle, right?
And if, like, she came at me, I wouldn't just start knocking her out.
I would have just been like, "Oh, dropped!"
You know? But yeah, I think the, like, risk of ramification, and then also, like, the liability of everything now. Everyone is liable at some point. There's always someone that's going to be at fault, right? And also, like, if I see a situation that I deem needs breaking up, right, and I go in there and break it up, there's still a chance that, like, I don't know, I get charged,
Yeah.
right? So sometimes it's, like, the safer option to just be like, not my fucking business.
Not
Right?
my circus, not my monkeys.
Exactly. And I do get that too. Like, that situation was different, but if I see like a bunch of dudes fighting outside of a bar,
I'm not gonna get involved.
that's not my fucking business.
No.
I don't know what led to this. I know if you're like trying to attack a service worker,
Yeah.
that you're clearly in the wrong here. That's like a
That's
black
the thing.
and
There's a
white
line.
issue.
If a girl's getting raped on a subway,
Yes.
there's a fucking line.
It's very
You do
black and white.
something,
You
yeah.
do something.
Yeah, even if, even if let's say you're attacking a service worker,
Yeah.
even if that service worker's a racist cunt, you still can't just attack
No,
people.
no,
like,
not at
there's
all.
still freedom of speech, even if you don't like what people are saying. People say shit I don't like all the time.
Yeah.
You know?
There's like, what the thing that separates us from the fucking animals is that we don't just like claw at each other all the time, okay?
I did tell a guy the other day in traffic.
Oh, you're the fucking worst in traffic.
I have
You're really
horrible
bad.
road rage.
You're really bad.
Yeah. So, yeah, how many times have I talked to a chick on traffic on the podcast?
Yeah, you hear it all the time.
Yeah.
And then there's more, like not on the podcast. There's more later. I hear it like, I hear the real bad stuff off air.
So, this guy, I can't remember what he did. he wasn't going. He cut me off while I was in the work van. I like slammed the brakes. And I'm like, dude, you're a fucking idiot, like yelling out the window at him. And he like wasn't going. He was on his phone.
Yeah.
At a good light goes green. He's like, I can see him just like, so I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, like laying on the horn.
Yeah.
And it's just like young little Arab kid. He's like some fucking teenager. He's like, fuck you, man. I was like, fuck you. Yeah, you want to fucking go? And he's like, yeah, get out of your van. I said, if I get out of this fucking work truck, I'm going to delete you.
You would get shot in the States.
Yeah, he opened his door and I grabbed a pipe wrench and opened the door.
You were going to kill someone on the
door
job.
and left.
You're going to kill someone on the job. You would die in 30 days in the States. You know, dudes just have a handgun on the passenger seat.
Boom!
What the fuck are you doing? Shut up. Hey. Going to work. You know how often that happens?
Yeah.
I love watching like bad traffic videos and stuff where a guy gets cut off and he's like, fuck it, I'm going to pull up beside and give this guy a piece of my mind. And he like turns to the right and he's like pointing a gun at him.
Yeah.
All right. Hit the brake.
Anyway. Yeah.
I always do I do this every single time someone's a bad driver in front of me.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm with like my fiance, is I'll pull up beside him and no matter what gender or race they are, I just look over and go, of course.
That's so good.
Every time.
Of course.
Pull over and it's like...
Of course it is.
Yeah, it's like a Middle Eastern guy. Of course. Pull over, it's like a middle-aged white woman. Of course. Makes no sense. Like 20-something white guy. Of course.
Yeah, of course it is.
Of course it is.
Wow.
What was
You saw how he pulled in front of me.
Every time.
Yeah. That's awesome.
My favorite road rage move, by the way, is the long horn.
Dude, that's my everyday.
Like if someone pulls in front of you, instead of like, bap, you go, and
and
follow them for like a block.
That's what I do.
Until the horn runs out of air.
That's what I love. I love it.
Because they start freaking out. You can see it.
They're like, what the fuck? Because then it's not like they left the situation, now it's done. Now
I'm still here,
Now
motherfucker.
everyone who's driving around them knows they suck.
Yeah,
You know?
and I'm here and I'm following you.
Yeah.
My destination doesn't matter anymore.
Now
I'm going
pissed.
where you're going.
Yeah.
Follow them to their house. And be like,
Dude.
you cut me off! And drive away.
I beeped at a guy who cut me off.
Mm-hmm.
Cut me off, then gave me the finger, and then yelled out the window at me that I was something. Said I was speeding, and I'm like, dude, I was doing 30 and
He
like
cut you off.
50. Yeah, I know. And he said I was speeding. That's what it was. It's like, what?
All right, Mr. Radar Gun, calm
Yeah,
down.
yeah. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, fuck you. I beep at him, and then follow. And he's like, I'm turning to go to this job. And he was turning all the same ways. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Now it looks like I'm going to kill him.
So he pulls into his house and he gets out losing his shit.
Yeah.
Obviously thinks I followed him home.
Yeah.
And I pull in and I'm literally doing a call at the house next door.
Oh, fuck.
So I get out, he comes over losing his shit. And I like apologize to the customer, and then he's like, "No, fair enough." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, fuck you. You're a shit driver. You cut me off and then yelled at me for speeding and flipped me off." And he's like, "I didn't cut you off. You must come flying up. I didn't see it." I said, "Yeah, because I watched you not do a shoulder check, you fucking moron." And he just stood there, and I was like, "Get the fuck out of here! Like, I should call the cops on you for being so confrontational. I'm at work right now.
Yeah.
You're just being a dick." And he's like, "Okay, well, fuck off," walks away, goes back. And then I go in, I'm talking to these people, I'm like, I'm so sorry. And the wife of this guy comes up and she's like, "I literally had him cut me off last week." I was like, "What?" She goes, "Yeah, I fucking had a fight with him last week about his driving because he doesn't look, he just turns."
There's so many people that just like sitting there, boop, 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 like, oh, I gotta get in this lane. Wee.
Like, how? You have to look.
But those are never the people that get in accidents.
Well, yeah, because everyone just stops for them.
Because everyone else is defensively driving. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus fuck! They're like,
Ah! Whoo! Almost
wish-
killed someone.
I wish I could like push a button and just for the day be like way dumber.
Like
I want to
because you'd
live
be
in,
happier.
Because I'd be happier. I want to
Yeah.
live in these people's worlds for a while.
I don't know
Like,
how
I
to
bet
get.
colors are brighter.
You think just the whole day's better?
The
eh?
whole day's got to be better.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
I feel like it's got to be. Everything is like Teletubbies land.
Do you think?
Because everything is for you. Because there's no other people. Everything is
Well,
built for you.
so this is-
whole road is mine.
This is kind of like just generally girlfriends when you're in your 20s. That they just go. I don't know if you've noticed this. When you're going through your 20s, your girlfriend, she is the main character in her story. You're just you're just also getting to be a part of her cool
it's
story.
her. Like everything is for her.
Yeah, she thinks the whole world has been set up so she can go about her story.
Yeah, you're just a chunk of it.
Yeah, you're just a piece of the story.
Yeah, but everything's built for them.
She's the main character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm the main character in
Yeah.
my story.
I'm stoked about it.
Yeah, it's my turn.
Yeah.
I get to be the main character.
Yeah. I'm the main character in my story. Everyone should be the main characters in their story,
Yeah.
in their respective stories.
I've been questioning my routines lately.
Have you?
Yeah, like why do I do certain things certain ways? And a lot of times it's like, well, I do it because of this, and it makes sense. You know what I mean? Like how I live
change
my
it.
life. Yeah, the other day I was like, I remembered I had free will, and I was like, I'm gonna walk half an hour that way. Just like walk to Old East Village,
Really? Yeah. Just to go.
just to go. I was like, yeah, I can.
How was it?
Really nice walk. Just walked
Yeah.
through all downtown.
It is
Went
a
to
nice
Old East
walk.
Village. It's closer than you think because you always get there by car.
Yeah.
So you think it's like a whole other.
It's not.
It's like
right there. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I'll just walk there and walk back. Why not? Who's gonna stop me?
Yeah.
I had a great time.
Yeah, I've started doing things where I just like fucking ignore because I've tried to take days, right? Take a day.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
A day off is what they're called. Yeah.
Yeah, so I took a day yesterday.
And how was it?
It was good.
What'd you do? Cooking,
Cooking and
clean
stuff.
up the apartment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Built a shelf. I built a shoe shelf.
Nice.
So yeah, this was one thing. I go to, like, I need a fucking shoe rack for the front closet.
Yeah.
Go to Home Depot. I'm like, don't really like any of them. They're all flimsy. They're
Yeah.
all really
I'm just gonna build
flimsy.
one made out of 2x8s.
I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna build one. And
What'd you build it out of?
I built it out of wood, out of pine. Yeah. Built it out of wood.
So what I was just joking about is what you did. You just bought some lumber and made one.
Yeah. It's 4 feet long, 12 and a half inches deep, or, well, I guess no, it'd be 14 and a half inches deep. And then it's got bracing and everything. And not only did I build it, so that I built it and then secured it to the back wall so it doesn't move at all. It's 100. I can
It's like
stand
screwed
on
into
it.
the wall.
It's screwed into the wall, and not to mention it's braced everywhere. It's got to be the most.
How much fucking damage does your shoe rack
cost me
take?
$75
What?
in lumber and,
Oh my
and hardware.
fucking God.
Yeah, you know what though? I have the best fucking shoe rack I've ever owned.
London can get hit by a nuke and your shoe rack's gonna make it.
Dude, I'm not joking. I put this in. I was like,
That's not going anywhere.
I'm stoned, and I'm like, I'm like screwing this to the wall.
Got like
It's
4-inch
so
screws
secure.
going into the
Yeah,
wall.
it's like perfect. And I fucking go over to the wife. I'm like, hey, come look at this. She's like, okay, what? Comes in. I'm like, touch that shoe rack. Okay.
Solid.
She's like, yeah. And I'm like, no, really give it. Like, try and fucking move it around. She's like, doesn't move at all. It was like, yeah, that's gonna be there
That's
till we leave.
$75 worth of screws.
Yeah, that's staying until
That's
we
what
leave.
that is.
Yeah, we're never
The
replacing that.
the structural weak point is now the apartment.
Yeah, it's the weakest part of my
The-
shoe rack.
Is the apartment that surrounds it.
I think I'm just gonna start doing this though. Just like try every weekend, just try to pick a thing and be like, you know what, I'm just gonna build the better thing for this.
Okay.
You know,
I
take the
just
things
did,
that bug me a little and be like, I'll just make it perfectly how I want it.
I just fixed a windshield wiper assembly and switched over the winters to the summers on the car. The other
Feels
day.
good.
I felt like a man.
Yeah.
I fixed the windshield wiper assembly with tape and twine too. I felt like MacGyver.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's fucking great. And then I haven't changed these tires in 2 years. I haven't changed these rims,
Okay.
so they rusted on. Right? And I don't have like an impact driver or anything. I just have like a cross wrench. Holy fuck! Did my chest hurt the next day?
Yeah.
It was like I gave like had to give everything I had to loosen these lug nuts.
Did you put them back on with a torque wrench?
And I put them back on with a cross wrench.
How are they tight enough?
They're tight.
Yeah, but you didn't torque them.
What do you mean?
You got to torque them.
They're fine.
No, they're not. You have to torque them to 100 foot-pounds.
Yeah, I can apply that pressure.
Foot-pounds. Yeah, but you don't know. If they're over-torqued, you could break the stud. And then
they're definitely not over-torqued.
Then if they're under-torqued, it'll just come loose and fly off, and you could really hurt somebody with a lug nut.
Nah, they're fine. I promise. This is how I've always changed tires. I've done this my whole life. By hand, yeah.
Yeah, but you got to put a torque wrench on and put them back on.
I did it with the cross wrench. Do you have a torque wrench?
Yeah.
Do you want to check it?
Yes.
Okay, I bet they're perfect.
I guarantee they're not.
I bet they are perfect. I know what I'm doing. But we should probably check that now that you brought that up.
Oh my God. Do you take them on the highway?
Yeah.
Do you check to make sure the lug nuts aren't coming loose?
Yeah.
Is there ever a loose one?
No.
Sometimes?
No. I checked once. They're fine.
Do you retorque them again, like 100 kilometers later?
I don't think it's driven 100 kilometers since.
Okay, so you got to retorque stuff.
Okay.
I'm scared of this. I can't believe you do this. This has just been a thing.
Yeah, everyone does it this way.
No, not everyone does. No. That's not true.
This is how I've changed tires on rims my whole life.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and I bet tons of other people too.
I don't know about that. But, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm going to just buy you a torque wrench.
Oh, that'd be lovely. Thank you.
Yeah, for safety. Like, yeah.
For safety.
You need them. Oh, wow. On that note, Josh is alive by a miracle.
All right, everyone. Thank you for listening to the Reasonable Doubt Podcast. As always, we love you. You've been listening to C. Griffin J. Money on 122 FM.
Stay reasonable.
Keep doubting. We love you. Good night.
Reasonable Doubt Podcast. If you guys like funny, hilarious, goofy, goober, silly boys podcast, that is a good place to find yourself.
That was a good one.